I am very exercised, very exercised, very excited, very excited for today's episode because we're going to be talking about manifesting generators. And I have firsthand experience with this type because I am a manifesting generator. So, manifesting generators are about 33% of the population. So there are quite a few of us. And in traditional human design, we get lumped together with the generators, and we are very similar. The aura type, which I'll go into shortly, is very, very similar between generators and manifesting generators. Same with the strategy, same with some of the mechanics, which I'll also talk about. However, there are big enough differences between the two types that I always like to discuss them separately. And if you're a manifesting generator, you probably feel the same way. Um, I always feel like generators and manifesting generators get cheated a little bit out of, having their own discussion. So I do think it's important that they are discussed separately. So manifesting generators in quantum human design are referred to as time benders. And in BG5, which is the Business Institute of the International Human Design School, they are referred to as express builders. And both of those names give you a little bit of an idea of the fact that manifesting generators are fast. We are very fast. We may talk fast, walk fast, do things fast. We're just extremely fast. And part of the purpose of the manifesting generator, the overarching purpose, is to do meaningful work that they love and to find the fastest way to turn inspiration into form. We're meant to find the shortcuts. We tend to skip a lot of steps, and we are actually meant to find the steps that need to be skipped in order to get there in the fastest way. Sometimes we skip steps that are actually necessary, and then we have to go back and redo them. And if you are one of those manifesting generators that sends text messages really fast, and then you go back and you look at them and you're like, I have no idea what this says, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a really good idea to double check things before you send them. That's just one example. So spell checking, that's one of the steps I skip a lot. So some of the mechanical characteristics of the manifesting generator. So like generators, this is all generator types, including manifesting generators, we have what's called a defined sacral center. And that sacral center is the center for life force and workforce energy. And we have consistent access to this. We are designed to use up that energy every single day. And we also have a motor center connected to the throat. Now, this is the manifesting aspect of it. So manifesting generators, in a way, are like a hybrid between a generator and a manifestor, although they are first and foremost generators. But the motor center, and motors are centers which drive energy connected to the throat, which generators do not have, is what makes the manifesting generator. It makes us fast, makes us jump into action quickly, and manifesting generators do actually have the most energy of the human design types. And again, we're meant to use it up every single day and then go to bed exhausted, refill our gas tank with a good night's sleep, and start again the next day. So the aura of the manifesting generator, like the generator, we have a very open, enveloping aura. It draws things, people, situations to us. And therefore, our strategy is to respond. So just like the generator, it's a two-part strategy. But the first part of the strategy is to respond to things that come into our world. And this could be anything like, somebody asking us a question and we, like a yes or no question, and we get automatic yes or no response. It could be just seeing something that we're drawn to and getting up and moving towards it. There's a lot of different ways that we can respond, and it is different generators and manifesting generators will experience this differently. However, it is oftentimes, for me anyway, it's a visceral response. It can have a sound associated with it or even a face. So for me, usually when I get a yes response, it's either a yuck or a ooh. And for a no, it's like a nope or a or a lot of people have aha and but it is a yes, no response, and you can physically pulled towards something, physically pushed away. It can feel expansive for a yes or contracting for a no. But the first step of our strategy and how we are meant to interact with life and with other types is through responding. Now, once we have something to respond to, it's also important that we inform. And this is actually the manifestor strategy. So manifesting generators can be really impactful. And when they take action, can really impact other people. So letting people know, like thinking about who is going to be impacted by this action that I'm going to take, and then sharing that with the people that will be impacted before taking the action can reduce a lot of resistance. It can also be really, really good for your relationships. One of the things, well, I'll get to that part in a second. But yeah, so the strategy is responding like the generator first and foremost, then informing. So not just having an idea in your head and just jumping right into it, which is super easy for manifesting generators because we just want to immediately get things done, but actually waiting to see what comes to us. What are we drawing in with our aura? Responding first. And then if you get a yes, we do want to use our authority, which will be a separate episode. But for about half of manifesting generators, the authority is also responding. So you get that yes, you inform who will be impacted, and then you can dive right into action. I do want to specify informing is not asking for permission. It's just letting people know what's coming down the line. And this, following your strategy, really reduces resistance in life. Things just flow so much easier. And when a manifesting generator is living in alignment, they will get to experience their signature themes, which is satisfaction. That is also the signature theme of the generator, and also peace, which is the signature theme of the manifestor. And that satisfaction is really this, we are here to do work that we love, and set satisfaction of like really having engaged your energy in something that was just, it just feels so good. It's like satisfaction. And then also the peace of being able to follow your flow and be who you are. Now, the emotional theme or the low expression of this when not living in alignment is frustration and anger. So the frustration is that theme of the generator and the anger is the theme of the manifestor. And the frustration is just like a lot of resistance. Like when you are trying to force things into the world, when you are trying to create out of your head and you're not actually living in response, it can really feel like you are swimming upstream or just a lot of resistance. So when as a manifesting generator, if you're experiencing a lot of frustration, this is definitely something to look at. Like, are you living in alignment? Are you following your strategy and authority? What is going on? Also anger, which is that theme of the manifestor. And manifesting generators, like manifestors, we do receive these creative urges, like urges that come through that we just feel compelled to follow. And they are not verbal. So there's not words associated with these urges. And what can happen is if you are in the middle of engaging in a creative urge that you've also had an opportunity to respond to, if somebody interrupts your flow while you are engaging in that, it really interrupts the energy in a way that can just feel like, it gets trapped in your body and it just feels like explosive, like anger. It can even feel like rage. This is why informing is important, because when, as a manifesting generator, you are engaging in that creative flow, that non-verbal flow, informing really helps to minimize those kinds of interruptions, because putting words to something that is nonverbal really just shifts the energy in a way that can just. So that's one of the reasons that you really want to inform people. And this can look as simple as, hey, I'm going to go into my office and do some work. I'd like to be interrupted. And then you can really get into your flow, do your thing without interruption. No anger. So the frustration and the anger, everybody is going to feel these feelings sometimes. As a manifesting generator, if you're experiencing them excessively, you really want to look at how much are you living in alignment? Are you following your strategy? Are you interacting with the other types in the way that is correct for you? And if not, how can you get back into alignment? Yeah, so those are the signature themes of the manifesting generator. And I do want to talk a little bit more about these creative urges, because creative urges are specifically related to the motor to the throat, the manifesting aspect of it. Because first and foremost, manifesting generators are generator types. Unlike manifestors who can have a creative urge and if it's correct for them, they can just go out and do it. Like, we do need to wait for something to respond to. That lets us know it's the correct thing. Because manifesting generators are super, super fast and they just want to do it now, they want to do it yesterday, and they can be really, really impatient. This is hard. This is hard to learn how to do this. And there is a lot of trust involved in knowing that if it's correct for you, it's going to show up in a way that will let you know it's correct for you. You get to respond to it, and then you get to move into action. So that is my little short introduction to the manifesting generator. And if you are a manifesting generator or you love a manifesting generator, if you want to learn more and really dive deeper into this, I am about to release my manifesting generator deep dive course. And in this course, we're going to really go, it's a several module long course that goes deep into what it is to be a manifesting generator. Talk a lot more about how their aura works in the world and interacts with the other types. I talk about variations based on the decision-making style or the authority, common strengths and challenges for manifesting generators, health, wealth, and relationship themes. And there's also an exercise in there that can really help you wake up your sacral response, because oftentimes you're very disconnected from it, and it's super important to reconnect to it. There are contemplations to connect to being a manifesting generators so they can really learn to live in alignment. And this course is also something that I'm going to be adding extra modules to over time. So when you buy the course at whatever price it's at, anything that gets added to it later, you automatically receive. So if you feel like you get a yes response to that, if you're a generator or a manifesting generator, the link to find out more information about that is going to be in the show notes. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next podcast. Bye.
That's it for today's episode. I know your time is important, and I'm so grateful you chose to spend it with me. It would mean the world to me if you engage with the episode by liking, subscribing, commenting, and letting me know any questions you have or what else you'd like to learn about. And the absolute best compliment is if you share with someone you think will benefit. It really helps me spread the message. Love and blessings to you.